I want to thank Amforht for inviting me to join this panel and give my apologies for not being with you in Paris. But I'm currently at COP27 launching the TPCC, Tourism Panel on Climate Change, an IPCC for tourism to provide objective metrics for smart action. I want to use this occasion, firstly, to pay tribute to my old friend and former colleague, Francesco Frangelli, who was the first person in the tourism world to spot the existential impact of climate change and to start action on it when he was Secretary General at UNWTO and launched the first public discussion in Jerba in 2003 and again on a large scale in Davos in 2007. I was privileged to work with Francesco and to support his initiatives. I have 3 points to contribute today. First, existential is not just another word. It means if we don't hit Paris 1.5 in 2050 as a society, your grandkids and mine will freeze or fry, dependent on where they live in the world. Second point, IPCC says we have to peak greenhouse gas emissions by 2025, cut them almost in half by 2030, and get to net zero by 2050 to do it. The 2050 message is fatally ignored by tourism. Third point, well-publicized declarations are what Greta Thunberg called blah, blah, blah. We need actions now, millions of them around the world, for our locally integrated socioeconomic sector. And by locally, I mean global policies and concepts and agreements played out at the local level. And we need those actions starting now. Why do I say millions of actions? Because our world is made up of hugely complex national and subnational entities. That the information that we get on the metaverse probably masks because it has to be simple and condensed and easily given. So let me say, there is no magic solution to the code red climate crisis. There are no global pathways. There are just clever publicists pretending there are. Progress will be messy. It will vary from community to community and from company to company. Some will shoot forward and some will slow down. But make no mistake, everyone has to be in for 2050. This is a multi-decade journey, and everyone has to start now because we've almost run out of time. I want to close by referencing 2 actions that I'm personally involved in and where we would love to collaborate with Amforht and right-minded organizations. First, at SunX Malta, the NGO that I run with support from the government of Malta as a legacy to my old friend Maurice Strong. It's the Strong Universal Network. We're trying to build a culture of climate-friendly travel, linking everything in travel and tourism to Paris 1.5 and whichever of the 17 SDGs people in that community or that company commit to. We provide a place to register climate and sustainability action plans, a diploma to train young national leaders, and a support system for companies and communities. It's mostly all free. Why not help us to bring this to the Francophone world? We're currently cooperating with the European Travel Commission, and we're starting pilot projects. Why couldn't we start one in Paris, in France, which has been a leader in this whole global climate response initiative? Not just with the Paris Declaration and climate agreement, but in a whole range of sustainability actions over many, many years. And the second and final point, as I mentioned, here in Sharm, as an envoy for the Saudi Sustainable Tourism Global Center, we launched yesterday a new TPCC. Remember those letters, TPCC, Tourism Panel on Climate Change, an independent science-based body inspired by the IPCC and created in 1988 by Maurice Strong to give neutral, objective data for climate and sustainability policymakers. It has done incredible work to help focus attention on the important challenges and opportunities in this area over the past 3 decades. And we are trying, a small group of academics and climate scientists. We have more than 60 tourism climate experts from 30 countries with an initial 3-year work program to stocktake and to deliver a code-red science assessment of the interactions between tourism, climate impacts, and responsive policies. I'm very excited about this initiative because whilst there's literally hundreds of studies of different aspects of the interaction with climate change and tourism, there's not really any objective, neutral, science-based approach without either advocacy or coming from some specific location or another. We look to work with Amforht as we advance this program and help make the world a better place for our kids. Thank you very much.